a good start this morning. This is the morning of day 3 here at the Candy Bowl Poplar Patch. It's going pretty good, other than the fact that we're busting trees from the, up at the top. Some of these trees may hit the ground. A little bit concerned about that. Not too happy about yay. But and Joni and Robin, they work so good together. She said, man, I like working with Rob. He's courteous. He knows what to do next without yakking and telling him. He knows his grade. He knows what you're there to do. And he took right to that den, and he's doing great on it. Just freaking proud of him.
Maybe last night, but not just maybe you want to consider parking yours.
And then there's the trucks rolling in over there. You see them through the trees. But Big Day's gonna move this equipment for me, and I'm gonna cut all these trees here. Okay, I'm gonna set Ewins up, and then I'm gonna whack-a-do these trees and try not to crush something. And we'll see how well that works out for me there, getting ready.
We're at day 3 here at the Candy Bowl Poplar Patch. It's getting Wednesday. It's my last day I got before I have to go to work in the sawmill. And we have a lot to accomplish today because of the holdups from day 1. And then I got into some slow work on day 2 across by the county road. Across by the county road and held me up and slowed me down a little bit. So, with that being said, this is day number 3, and I have plenty to do. See that great big old honking tree over by the boom on the left? I think it's a great big huge poplar. I got to cut that out of there. But look at the top up there. Look how much the top leans away, so I think I'm safe. Here Bruce is cutting his big poplar. But that was the last tree I had to cut today. But that's my finished tree. I'm going to cut all the way up to that tree, and it's not going to be easy. I got a lot to do and a short day to do it. And plenty of aggravation coming. I got to cut more trees behind the boom there and behind Robin. Them trees in the backdrop back there, there's a bunch of them has to be cut yet. And I got to get them done this evening because they got to be cut with the yard there. That great big guy up by the truck where Joni's loading right now has got to go. That's my last tree. There's a couple more to the right hand of the screen there that's got to be done yet. The back property line's got some hand cutters on it. I don't know if I get them on here or not. Some big old veneer hand cutters. Yes, I think I do at the end of this. Those of you that's like to see a couple big white oak hit the ground chainsaw there, I cut them towards the end of the video here. And there's a valley back there. I need to cut this valley out. There's one great big white oak tree. I don't know if I get to it or not today. I can't remember. I've slept since we worked this job, but I'm telling you, there's a lot to be done today, and I got to get it all right.
Top of your tree matters more than your stem 90% of the time because it's the tip of the pry bar. When you go to pull a boat loose that's tight, do you choke up tight on the wrench, or you reach out all the way to the end of the bar? That's the reason. So, I'm gonna set you guys up on this stump.
So the way it's going, what's going on here is, and high production situations, the yard ends up being too busy. So what Robin's doing is Roger's coming in and dropping to Robin. And I don't think we have Derrick today. But Roger's coming in and dropping to Robin. And Robin is swinging it up there. Yeah, I think Derrick's trucking. I don't know if he might end up showing up the seating and doing some skidding the last of the day, but I can't recall. I don't think so. He must have been off on something else, trucking or mechanic work, to get his week prepped out because he knows he's got to start cutting tomorrow. But this setup, it gets Robin in there to where he can, when Mama's loading a truck, he's stacking up and either cutting totally up and stacking logs to be handed over later, or just plain downright cutting them up, stacking them up for her. And then he's taking up soaking up all the loose ends so we can keep wood moving to the yard consistently.
There's Big D backing in.
I know I've said it 1,000 times, but man, I love our crew. That was Derrick just left with his truck. I thought he was trucking that day, but that's Dan backing old Blue in right now. But you take between them two, they could both fix about anything, build about anything, do about anything. And then Derrick turns around, he'll relieve me in the woods cutting town. I mean, we all got each other's backs. Everybody that works here, they're not playing small potatoes. They're, Dan, well, he wasn't yet because it hadn't happened yet. But Dan's always got big projects going in the shop. Derrick's usually got his own projects. I've got my own projects. Robin or Morgan or Chris maybe, or whoever else needs to do their things, has got their own projects going at all times. Meanwhile, we're out here doing our normal day job, our normal 9 to 5er, and you get weather or anything like that. Everybody's into everything. The people that works here, it's took a lot of years to get our crew the way it is. But the people that works here, they've been here for years, most of them. Not all of them, but most of them's been here for years. And we got a culture around us, and then everybody knows what they're doing. I mean, there's the new guys, the older guys takes care of the more experienced guys takes care of the newer guys. They tend to, and what I'm trying to do is with what little bit I can manipulate, is to get a culture going where we can all, here comes Big Dan. He just now knows the camera. He's like, oh, well, there's a camera. I guess he got tennis elbow. He got an elbow act up. You can see he's always. You gotta look out for Dan. He'll beat himself to pieces. You gotta look out for him. He's just too daggone gung ho. But the team backs each other up. And anybody might be doing anything at any point, and so what we got is the right culture. Then you got a team that can stay somewhat candid with each other, and can work back and forth and not hold back from each other because of awkward you know, awkward, you know, people being awkward in socially awkward situations because of two people's got friction with one another. A lot of that stuff is just about done. And I mean, the main crew, there's a main crew full of people that all think the same. I mean, we all think not the same, exact same, but quite a bit the same. So when one comes up with something, it's, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, we just been working with each other a lot of years, and we're all used to each other. We all got the right. Everybody's into about the same stuff. You know, it's just the culture fits. It's our culture. All us men here that works here is built, and women, has built this culture. The men and women that works here has built a culture that we all pretty well coexist together. I mean, we're like family away from the family. And any one of us can ride one another, well, my daggone recorder kicked out. I'm sorry, I was rambling. I'll shut up about it. But I'm telling you, it's not easy, and it's a big deal. Culture is everything. And if you want to do something, and that was one thing I was thinking the other day. Is you hear people talking about, well, I like working by myself, or I don't like, you know, working with people or whatever. You know, I'm gonna tell you what. If you can't work with people, or you don't know how to work with people, or you ain't gonna get used to working with people, you're very limited on where you're going. You know, we all of us here working here, we all rely on one another. We all get stumped. We're all playing with let's face it, we're playing. I mean, I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but we ain't pussyfooting around. I mean, we're not the sharpest bunch of tools in the shed, but we ain't playing kindergarten here. You know, I'm liable to run into issues that's very complex, very hard to figure out. Or Dan, or Derrick, or Robin, or Morgan, or Michael, or Derrick from the sawmill, or Pooh, or anybody, or Roger. Well, I mean, any of us is liable to get stumped. You know what I mean? Because we are not playing. We are figuring our stuff out. We're not acting helpless. When one of our rigs go down, usually we're trying to figure it out, you know, on top of keeping the wood moving. And that takes a team. That takes people. You can bounce ideas off back and forth, because we all get stuck. And there's always somebody, and there goes Big Dan, man. He swings a big hammer. Now, Big Dan and Mama in that generation, Big Daddy and them in that generation, they all, and Mark and all, and Danny and all of them, they all, you know, they all got good chemistry together amongst themselves in their generation. And we got good chemistry amongst our generation. And then there's the rookies down there that's got their chemistry going. And we all can ride each other back and forth. I mean, it's just a great... I'll shut up about it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just excited, and I love our culture. I could just talk about it every daggone video. And I know it's tacky. But I have no idea how we got to this point. And sometimes I sit back and pinch myself, man. It is so great to have good people around that's not toxic. You know, everybody's got their bad days, but and it's funny because like the way the culture is at work now, like one of us can start get the pee pants and start whining around, and then all the others start tormenting, picking on them or whatever, you know, and get them come out of it and help them through, and find it funny and think it's funny. It's just, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. Some of these guys are all right, but I don't know about most of them. I'll put it that way. As I told old boy, we got this guy who works in the mill. He's helping us through the winter. He sells produce down in Tell City. I highly recommend if you're a neighbor in my neighborhood and you need some produce, farm fresh produce through the summer, get with him down there at Tell City. He'd be sitting right up on the old Pat's old gas station down there. But good dude, we call him Tex. I mean, he's a big old boy, larger than life. Wears a big old cowboy hat and cool as all get out. And and that's why I tell him the other day. I said, "You're all right, you know that, but I don't know about the rest of these sunbucks around here."
exactly where I've got a notch on its own, pretty much. But if I knock it off, I cut it all the way through, or knock it off the stump, or do something funky down low, then it transfers up high and then bam, there goes the yard. Okay, Robin, you look safe. It looks like everything's going away from me. But you might watch here in a second. Okay, here goes. Stump's a little tall, but I wasn't chancing a screw up. Alright, Robin's gonna get it. He says, I'm on it, driver. I'm on it like a think on top of poopy. You get out of my way. Me and the din-din is at it. God, I'm proud of him. Don't tell him that, though, okay? Don't nobody tell Robin that, but I'm getting proud of him. He's just on it like a stink on top of poopy. Stink on top of poopy. Oh, never mind. We'll just stick with stink on top of poopy. Think about that, Roger. Nobody asked you, Roger. Nobody asked you. Just so y'all know, nobody asked Roger. What the heck is going on with this thing? I'm trying to use my fork truck here. But this thing's roly-poly and it won't. There. Will that make you happy, you son of a bucket unhappy thing here? What is it stuck on? Oh, the bottom of my unit. It's stuck, something done jumped up into my undercarriage. Sissy, Roger Dodge. Roger Dodge is a full-blown sissy, Roger Dodge. Roger's a full-blown sissy.
Roger, other than what's went up close to boom across the pipeline, are you done on the other side? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Your white oaks over on that side, the ones you got stockpiled, yes? Yeah. Okay.
On top of poopy, Roger Dodge. Roger Dodge! Like stink on top of poopy, Roger Dodge. Roger Dodge! He's like stink on top of poopy. If he had a shovel, he'd scoopy. I don't know. Is this thing on? Is this thing? Comment down below. Is this thing on? Comment down below. Is this thing on? Comment down below. Roger? I'll tell you what we're going to do, Roger. Right here. It's right here, Roger. Yeah. Yeah, that just happened. Oh, he clicked me off. Well, Roger, there's children around. I can't believe he flicked me off after all that I've done for him. After all the things I've done for him, look at that, I ought to just drop that right on top of the skidder can. All right, I'll move it. Since he's going to be a freaking baby about it. Yeah, there you go. See if we can put that up on the hood of that thing. can't get my stuff down. That's as tall as that stuff's gonna get. I might get down there and dig so I can get down low and cut that stuff. Odgy dodgy, odgy dodgy, odgy dodge. Odgy dodgy, odgy dodgy, odgy dodge. Odgy dodgy is a sissy. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. God, I love my job. Oh, God, it's bad. Oh, he's got it back. Oh, bless up there. Odgy dodgy, full blown sissy. Odgy dodge. Boop, boop, boop. Odgy dodgy's a full blown sissy. Odgy. Oh, he's just. I put it there. Look at that. Now I laid that down there and you just scooped it out of the way. Robin, some people you just can't be nice to. And Roger's one of those.
What are you talking about?
I laid all that stuff over here for him to drive over, and he dropped his blade and scooped it out of the way.
Well, gosh dang it.
That's a perfect cut. Now let's see if it's a perfect fall. Daggone it, what happened? Oh, the front of the stuff got caught on it. Damn it. Man, I'm telling you, this is not the simplest stuff to do. This is not a piece of cake. It is so... Damn it. Has there been a tree I've cut today on YouTube, on this job, that I haven't screwed up? Comment down below. Oh my gosh, look at this full-scale poplar unit right here. Boy, that is a big unit. Roger, I don't know if you got enough skid. It's a good thing you got green, because I don't know if that yellow thing would have pulled this tree. Let's tell him that. It's a good thing you grabbed that green one, Roger. I don't think that yellow one's going to pull this one I'm getting ready to cut.
No problem.
You know denial ain't just a river in Egypt. You know that, right? He thought that was just a river in Egypt. He didn't know. I gotta teach him everything. Just so y'all know, I gotta teach him everything he knows. He just lost without me. He wouldn't even know where to go. He wouldn't even know who to drag off of. If I wasn't here, he wouldn't even know where to drag from. He'd be sitting there all day waiting by a tree. Somebody come cut this tree for me. I don't know what to do with it. That's what it sounds like. Cut the tree for me. I don't know what to do. No, let me give y'all some backstory. Actually, the backstory is when I was a kid, guess who was doing all the cutting? Roger. Well, first he taught me how to cut timber, and then I freaking fell in love with it. Like, it's the best job I've ever done in my life. Type of stuff. And then, all right, watch your butt. I think I got this. Oh yeah, we got this. There we go. Slow it down, nice and slow. Nice and slow. Beautiful. Hope I didn't break no pins. But I had to hold him down, slow him down all the way down, or he was going to bust and come back to the tree. So anyways, when I was young in my 20s, I didn't start logging until up into my 20s. When I was a kid, I drove a skidder a few times, but, you know, helped Uncle Herman or something out a little bit, but I never really logged. So, and I've moved skidders for Greg when I was a kid. You know, when every once in a while, Uncle Greg would want me to move something around for him or something. but I wasn't no logger, didn't know first thing about logging, other than it was cool. And well, then we got into it, and Uncle Greg got cancer, so we started logging. And then so I started out in the cable skidder, because Big Daddy was, to be honest with y'all, Big Daddy's afraid I'd get myself killed if I started out cutting timber. And he didn't want me to get killed. I'm like, Big Daddy, you ain't gonna be I always wanted to be a leader. I love sacrificing for something bigger than myself. I was ate up with it. I had to. I couldn't be some selfish person, just, you know. So I had to get down into it. Well, I kept getting in Roger's way. Roger's like, what do you want? What do you want? I said, I want to cut a tree down. He said, you're going to get yourself hurt? I said, no, with you standing here, I won't. So he let me cut a tree down. Then he started teaching me about how to cut trees. And then I started skidding off of it, and then I started falling in love with production. Oh, I love that production. And it just one thing led to another. I cut a little bit more, cut a little bit more. And John Moon come along, and me and John Moon's trading off quite a bit. Because Roger liked to cut. He didn't want to skid at that time. He just wanted to cut. About as bad as I am now. All he wanted to do was cut. So he wouldn't ever trade me off. But John Moon wanted to skid something. So he traded me off, and I got a knuckle boom. And then I ran the knuckle boom for a few years there. And I'd cut up in the yard. We was all hand cutting then. We didn't have a machine yet. We'd be cutting there by the yard, and I'd cut all the trees by the yard, just lay them out. So then we get close, and then back in when you hand logged, you went to the back, start working your way out. That's kind of how you did it. So when they get up to the front, when the skidder started hitting me pretty good, I'd have a pile of trees on the ground. I'd have semi-loads lay down on the ground by the boom. And then when they get in there close to the boom, boy, they could just bang, bang, bang it on me. You know, and then we could really move some wood there, you know, for a hand cut tree. Well, then we started, then the heat got turned up, and finally we started putting them on helicopters. Getting hurt so much. Broken bones, knocked out, all kinds of messed up stuff these people was getting. And me, I didn't fare too bad. I mean, it was going that way. I was going to finally end up taking a trip to the hospital on a helicopter or the morgue, one or the other. So Big Daddy said, I'm going to get you a cutter. I don't trust you. You're going to get yourself killed. I'm going to get you a cutter. So we bought Titus, which is a fixer-upper. And it took a while, but we finally got her fixer-upper. Started using it, and it sucked in the beginning. It took forever to get used to it, get it applied to our situation. And then, now look at us. Now look at us go. My Lord, this is great. So, then finally one thing led to another, and we got old Rudy Brute, and then Roger, he just starts skidding. He's like, hell, I think you got the cut. Roger wouldn't let off the cutting because he didn't think the cutting would get done right. He was a little maniac now. Roger's a little maniac. He'd drop trees everywhere. He'd hit you with the skidder and everything. I mean, he was a mess. He'll tell you right now, he wasn't a good timber cutter as far as perfectionism, but he was a great timber cutter when it come to having a set of balls and getting them on the ground for a cause that's bigger than himself. So he wouldn't let it give up the cutting until he seen that I had this handled. When he seen I had it handled, he could trust me. Then he kind of handed over the keys, and I don't think he's picked up a saw. I might get him to nibble a little bit. He'll do a little bit of nibbling for me from time to time on something, but he won't. I ain't seen him cut a tree in I don't know how long. You know. But I mean, he still knows how to do it. He can do it any day he wanted. He ain't got the body for it anymore. He said he hurt his shoulders, hurting too bad and stuff. He said, well, I'd run a smaller saw. And like, hell, you can't do nothing smaller saw in this big timber. I'm telling you, the way we run, everybody, you know, like, put in 450. There's a 450. There's all hold it out and stuff, and then you get the 450 out there, and you take a video with the 450. Well, we're moving too damn much wood for playing around with ticket boys. So it's hard to go back, and I feel for Roger because he's used to 395. That's what he's run. That's what we all ran. It's 395s. There's a whole fleet of 395s. That's how this rolls. 395 Huskies. hopefully we used to try to run the 660 steels back when they made the 660s, and then they went to the 661. We tried to run them, and it just, yeah. Once you get used to 395 Husky, there ain't nothing else. It's just how there is. You can't replace displacement. You know, some of them used to run the 3, 4, something 6 steels at 848 or something. I think they were in 848 or something steel or something like that back then. But I'm telling you, 395 Husky was something else. So he got to where he didn't want to swing that anymore because it's too hard on his daggone shoulder. He screwed his shoulder up. Had to have surgery eventually. And then he never picked the saw up again. For the most part. Not to cut trees. But it was awful sweet of him. That's what tells you what kind of person Roger is. As he got older and stuff and his body was screaming at him, he still wouldn't give it up. He never quit cutting timber until he knowed I had it. And when I don't remember the day. I don't remember the day he laid the saw down, but when he gave it to me, when he seen I had it, that's when he gave it to me. I think I ran feather buncher for a few years there, a couple years, with him still backing up on the end cutting. Until he finally gave it up for good. And said, you got it, you're keeping the crew fed, you got it. And that was that. What are you waiting on, Roger? Oh, please go good. Please go good. Come on, baby. Go good for me. Go good. Behave. Beautiful. Look at the hole it slid through, too. Hey. Mitchell. Oh, yeah. Alright, stump grading. A little thick on that side, but the wind was blowing. I wouldn't. But it's also just a little too thick. Damn rookie. Look at all the leaves. It didn't take nothing. I should have cut the hinge down more. No, whatever.
Tater going for getting his crap.
Third day when I went to St. Larry, I edited that.